and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, aka Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they on down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here spin shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the Most High. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pie. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray alive. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side? Yes, I see a man reach out to God before he died. Yes, I did. I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for less. For my son, I hit your head on that fragile legs. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember Jono tried to stick me for that cheese on that bread, yeah, I was thugging with Lucky, that nigga left me for dead. Endured to the end, cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. Shit, I don't really speak, cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't need to tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
Oh,
I got big ring, you mad, get stained, work hard, then play, bad bitch, my taste, we vibe, we lay, you purple, you gay, you need jazz, lil' fame, I'm on wall, not the same, 4-0, 4-0, these people, 4-0, I try to tell these motherfuckers time and time, 4-0, pussy ass, purple ass nigga, man, 4-0, make your born ass right. Niggas better get their weight up, you little body bitch. Worry about a damn pay cut, you little body bitch. I ain't worried about none of these niggas, little body bitch. You that scare rag, cow that little body bitch. Had to fuck around, get my rank up, you little body bitch. And I'm pouring up, yeah, young nigga, and I'ma take a sip. Yeah, all these niggas want down hate, but tell them zip it lip. And you a dumb ass, scare ass, boy, little body bitch. Damn, and I ain't worried about nothing, nigga, nah, I ain't worried about shit. I got more than one, so you know nigga don't reminisce. I spit flavors on they damn beats, niggas better catch a pitch. Never knew a goddamn man be scared to represent. But you a whole ass, dirty ass, little damn body ass nigga. Get body with the damn scripture with your little body ass nigga. Nigga, I'm a true priest, true line nigga, true Zion ass nigga. And you a little boy, a little bitch ass, little body ass nigga. I got big ring, you mad, get stained, work hard, then play. Bad bitch, my taste, we vibe, we lay, you purple, you gay, you leech ass, lil' fame, I won't walk, not the same, 4-0, 4-0, I tell you, 4-0, get your shit together, 4-0, work. I'ma do this shit till I write, you little body bitch. I'ma judge your ass like your pot, you little body bitch. And I smooth with it, y'all zop, you little body bitch. And I switch nigga on that thought, you little body bitch. And I'ma stay turning like the cars, you little body bitch. And I'm so cold like a bomb, you little body bitch. And I'm a warrior like that Gabar, you little body bitch. And my aim like that a zop, you little body bitch. Need a princess pop out, you little body bitch. Or anyone down the slide, you little body bitch, yeah. I keep a couple straps in my ride, you little body bitch. Just in case anyone wanna die, cause I'm body bitch. I got big ring, you mad, get stained, work hard, then play, bad bitch, my taste, we vibe, we lay, we purple, we gay, you leech ass, lil' fame, I won't walk, not the same, 4-0, 4-0. Hey,
you boy. You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas. Yeah. I'm in yo. Got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding general, your honor. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin' my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talk the shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For I take your life or let you take mine. That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, and shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey.
I ain't a people pleaser.
Shalom Israel. Shalom, shalom, shalom Israel. I'm Precinct Officer Gakawan of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, we have been teaching that the Black man, the Native American man, and the Hispanic man are the true chosen bloodline children of Israel, according to the Bible. We've been teaching your true identity, according to the Bible, since 1969 under Commanding General Yohana. We've been teaching your true heritage since 1969. We have been teaching your true culture since 1969. And this Bible is your true culture. This Bible is your true constitution, man. Like, you know, how Esau, he has his constitution, the American constitution. That's not our constitution, because when that constitution was written up by the leaders of this country, those Freemasons of this country that we don't deal with, they wrote it without you in mind, man. That constitution they wrote up has nothing to do with us. And that's why we teach from these scriptures, man. We teach that these scriptures are your constitution, Black man. We teach that these scriptures are your true heritage, your true, your basically your true identity, and basically who you truly come from, man. So we prove that through these scriptures. We prove that through the prophecies, man. We can prove that through anthropology, man. We can prove that through countless and countless sources of archaeology, countless and countless sources of different source material, man. And we prove that, man. But most definitely, we prove that through these scriptures, man. And tonight is the Brotherhood class, man. Tonight is Tuesday, the Brotherhood class, man. Let's give it up for the Brotherhood class, man. Tuesday is the Brotherhood class, man. And we just teach, man, basically with these scriptures embody, man, and what they teach us about brotherhood. What actually is brotherhood? How do you show brotherhood? What does it take to be an actual brother, man? Because I mean, it sounds good, man, when we talk about brother. It sounds good when we talk about our friends and how you're solid, man, and how you a good brother, a good sister, whatever, man. But these scriptures, they really get down into the nooks and crannies of what brotherhood is, man. And we're gonna bring that out, man. We're gonna prove what brotherhood is according to the Bible. We're gonna prove that brotherhood is the law according to the Bible. The law is brotherhood, man. The law is embodied by brotherhood. The Most High gave us the law to basically to teach us, man, and to kind of the Most High, he gave us the law, man, to help us to understand what brotherhood is, man. And I'm gonna prove that by these scriptures, man. We got a bunch of scriptures, so man, grab your pens, grab your pencils, man. We gonna get busy, man. We're gonna get into what brotherhood is according to the Bible, man, and how brotherhood is the law. So we're gonna start from the beginning, man. And where you start from, man, is how you start is how you finish, man. And we're gonna start from the very beginning, man. So we're gonna get into Genesis, man. Genesis, most people look at Genesis as they look at it as being not figurative. Genesis is definitely written in allegory, but they look at Genesis as literal, and Genesis is everything but literal, man. The Most High, he put his message into the first book for a reason, and it's not a literal message, man. He put it in a figurative form, man. And Genesis breaks down the creation story, and it's not literal, and I'm gonna prove how it's not literal. But I was getting into Genesis 2 and 7, man. Genesis 2 and 7 reads, the book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. How your Christian pastor, man, and how leadership normally would break that down is that that's literal. He'll say that, God created one man and created one woman and inhabited the entire planet, which that is not so. We can literally just read a few verses before and get into Genesis 1 and see if God created one man and one woman to inhabit the entire planet, which he didn't. Genesis 2 is literally after the creation story, man. And most of our leadership that teaches, man, that this is literal. God took the dust, spit in it, rubbed it together, and made man. Even though when we do die, we return to dust and we come from dust or whatever. That's not what this means, man. When it says God created man from the dust of the ground, that means God grabbed man up from a very low state, man. A low state consciously, a low state spiritually. The lowest state spiritually. We're going to get into that. He grabbed us from a low state spiritually, and he just grabbed us from a low state of morally, man. And that's your spirit or whatever. That's your consciousness, man. He grabbed us from a low state, man, which is the dust of the ground. So he grabbed us from the ground, and he took us in his hands, and he formed us. Next in the Genesis 2 and 7, it says, and he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. What is that breath of life that he breathed into his nostrils? The breath of life wasn't air. He didn't blow into this man. This man was already a living soul. We can actually get into let's jump down into Genesis 1 and prove that man was already here before God grabbed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils. We can see in Genesis 1 and 24, which is the 6th day. Let's get into that. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living. Well, now we got to go down the extra verse. Let's go to Genesis 1 and 26. This is going to show you what God, or what the Most High, not even God, what Christ and the angels did, because Christ and the angels are who did the work. That is the let us make man in our image. It's all plural, man. Like it gets deep, man. It wasn't just God up there doing the work, man. God has angels. God has officers in his army. God has a host of help. And Christ was here since the beginning of the earth as well, man. In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became blase. Christ was here in the beginning, and Christ was one of the us that came together with the angels, and they created man. So let's get into Genesis 1 and verse 26. This before the breathing into the nostrils, and this is before the Lord God forming man of the dust, because when he formed him, that's him it's him putting man together, man, or him getting man together, not forming, but getting them together. Let's read Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26. So, and God said, let us make man in our image. There's God giving the order for Christ and the angels to make man in his image. This is Genesis 1 and 26. This is before the gathering of the dust and, breathing into the nostrils. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female. That's on the 6th day right there. We continue reading through Genesis 1. We get, after he creates man, he says that's good. The Sabbath is the 7th day. Then God rests on the Sabbath. He rests on the 7th day and he sanctifies it. That's the 7th day. That's all in Genesis 1. Genesis 2 is where we see that's where we see the story start to take a turn. This is after God done rested. This is after God done made the Sabbath, sanctified the Sabbath. He's resting, man. So after Genesis 1, we see in Genesis 2, that is when, after the 6th day, after the 7th day, that is when the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground. It's not literal, man. I mean, we see it right there. If we continue to read through this, it's not literal. So God took man and he formed him, man. That's God taking man and lifting him up out of the dust, man, and forming him into a living soul, man. He formed him into a living soul by breathing the breath of life. What is the breath of life, man? We about to touch on that, man. God breathed the breath of life in the man. He became a living soul. That breath of life, what he breathed into him, is his way, is his will, his ways, his laws, his statutes, and commandments. And I'm gonna prove that to you in a minute, man. Because the only way you can become a living soul is by having the Spirit of the Most High, is by having his word. The only way you can come to life is by following the commandments of the Most High. There are many verses that validate, many verses that pattern that whole idea right there, man. So what we're gonna do is let's jump into we're gonna jump into the New Testament. Let's jump into the New Testament. Let's jump into John 6 and verse 63. John 6 and verse 63. So we're gonna see what it means to be a living soul, according to the Bible. We like to prove all things according to the Bible, as always. Like to prove our cause, prove all things, and we do it all decently and in order, man. So let's see what it means to be a living soul, or what it means to come to life, or what it means to enter into life. We hear Christ speak about that a lot. Christ speaks about entering into life, being a living soul, man. And this is all the prerequisite. This is all about to be the foundation of what the Spirit is, and what the Spirit of Brotherhood is, or what brotherhood is according to the Bible. So that Spirit coming into life, we're going to get into John chapter 6 and verse 63. The book of John, chapter 6 and verse 63. The book of John, chapter 6 and verse 63. This is John right here. So the book of John, chapter 6 and verse 63 reads, "It is the Spirit that quickeneth." What does quickeneth mean, man? Quickeneth means to come alive. Quickeneth means to become alive. It means to live. Quickeneth means to get in quickeneth literally means to come alive. We can go into the blue book of what that actually means, break it down. The word quickeneth, we can get into the Greek of what it means, but quickeneth means to come to life, to come alive. So the Spirit is what quickeneth, or what quickens you. What is the Spirit according to the scriptures? We're gonna get into that. The scripture is, the Spirit is these law, statutes, and commandments, man. You got to come into these law, statutes, and commandments to come in the Spirit of the Most High, to understand the Spirit of the Most High. And the Spirit of the Most High, these laws and statutes and commandments are what quickeneth you, or what quickens you. That is what makes you come alive. That is what allows you to live, man. That's what allows you to enter into life, man. A lot of us, we think we living, man. We think we live in life, man, because we can go out and enjoy ourselves. A lot of people like to go to the club and feel alive. A lot of people like to go out on trips, man. A lot of people like to take trips and take flights, man. Get flew out. A lot of brothers and sisters like to a lot of brothers and sisters like to smoke weed to feel alive, pop pills to feel alive, man. Drink some of that drink some of that good strong to feel alive. And that's not actually what makes you alive, man. That is actually what it's actually a crutch that gives you a almost like a pseudo, it gives you it's a crutch, man, that gives you like a mirage. It feels like to be alive, actually. But life is way deeper than that, man. Life is when you receive those fruits of the Spirit, man. The fruits of we're gonna tap into the fruits of the Spirit as well, man. That's that love, that joy, that peace, that kindness, that temperance, that self-control, man. I mean, how many of us literally have like natural peace, man? And that's without like having to smoke, and that's without having to drink or whatever. Are you really peaceful? Can you really like sleep a whole 8 hours without waking up? Or can you really like look in the mirror without, feeling a type of way and really, feel like, I mean, most people aren't alive like we think we are, but the Spirit is what quickens it. The Spirit is what makes you alive, man. And you get fruits from being alive. You get fruits from the Spirit. Let's read more into that.
Salat, yes, sir.
Christ.
Shalom Christ, I don't want to get how about Shemi Al-Shabrakatah.
True. Y'all about Shemi Al-Shabrakatah, man. Good to see you, mighty man. Good to have you in class, man. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate you for checking in, man. What's on Christ?
In about 5 minutes, I'll be parked and I'll be available to read, sir.
Most High Christ, man. The water, my brother. The water for checking in, man. And the water for the water for your brotherhood, man. Checking in, man, and being available to read, man. That's that brotherhood we about to get into, man. And what these scriptures say about brotherhood, man, and what these scriptures teach about brotherhood, man. That's a mighty man right there, man. Over the truth that means the shepherd, man. So I appreciate you for checking in. Yeah, whenever you're ready, man, we'll get busy, man, and you can read and all that. So the water for checking in. So we're gonna get I'm on the Christ.
Yashua, Officer Call, checking in.
There he is. Big dog, big bro. Shalom on the Christ, man. Thank you for checking in, man. That's the temple in the building, right?
Khan.
Yeah. Khan on the one, Khan. Thank you for checking in, man. Thank you for the brotherhood, man. So yeah, we're gonna continue, man. I was on the book of John, chapter 6 and verse 63. On the Spirit and what the Spirit does, the power of the Spirit, the effects of the Spirit, man, and what the Spirit is, man. The book of John, chapter 6 and verse 63. I know Rod said he's unable to read. I don't know if you could read out of one, that'll be everything, for the kid, man.
Khan, I'm ready.
But if not, I'll keep on kicking it, man. We'll keep on diving in.
Stand by when you're ready out.
Okay. You Twop?
Khan, I can read whenever you're ready.
Most High Christ. The book of John, chapter 6 and verse 63. Salakia.
Khan, this book of John, chapter 6 and verse 63. It is the Spirit that quickens. The flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
So boom. These are red letters right here. This Christ right here, man. He's breaking down like what the Spirit is, what the Spirit does, what carnality is, and what carnality does, man. He said these It is a spirit that quickens, the spirit that makes alive. The flesh profiteth nothing. The flesh does, we look at this book as a book of literal. Like, we look at everything as literal in this book, when this book is literally spiritual. Like, everything about it is spiritual. That's why, like, in the beginning, like when we jumped into Genesis, we're going to jump back to that. In the beginning of Genesis, we look at it as a literal. We can't look at this book as literal. That's where we drop the ball at. And that's where we get a misunderstanding. That's where doctrines get twisted up, man. We look at this book as literal when it's everything but literal, man. This book is literally a spiritual book, and it's written and explained in a spiritual way, man. And that's what Christ literally came to do. He came to teach us, man, that it's all spiritual, man. That's why that's why our ancestors had such a hard time following the law, man. That's why we kept on falling short, man. Because we had a hard time following the law because we looked at it as literal, man. Until Christ came on the scene, Christ was the one who explained, and Christ was the one who broke it down and laid it down flat. Like, yo, you're going to fall if you look at this through your carnal eyes, man. It's way deeper than that, man. And that's why when Christ spoke about a lot of the law, whatever, he broke it down to a spiritual. Almost down to spiritual powder. He let you know that, yo, it's not literal. Like when you like almost when he said when you think or when you lust after a woman or whatever, you've already committed adultery in your mind or whatever, because he had to break it down on a deeper level. It's not just us thinking like, oh, like I have to act like this. It's about what's going on in the spirit first, because everything that happens in the spirit, the flesh is what's going to follow. That's why we have to live by the spirit. That's why we have to be moved by the spirit. That's why we have to follow the spirit, which is these law, statutes, and commandments, man. And we're gonna touch on that as well, man. But that's literally what Christ came to do, was to break it down like, yo, this is a spiritual book. And that's why we can't look at Genesis as being literal. Genesis is everything but literal. He literally, like, it's literally allegory, and it's literally like a figurative storytelling. That's why we see after the seventh day, God get man from the dust of the ground and blowing the breath of life into his nostrils, man. God gave man the law, statutes, and commandments from the jump. Him blowing the breath of life, the law, statutes, and commandment into man is what made us a living soul. And that's what's going to make you a living soul today, black man. That's what's going to make you a living soul today, black woman, my black sister, black woman, man, man and child. That's what's going to make you a living soul today, Hispanic man and Native American man, is by us getting back on the spiritual way of thinking, the spiritual way of moving, the spiritual way of conducting ourselves, what Christ was trying to teach us, man. And we can only do that, man, by getting back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. That's the only way we can get back into that. It's by getting back into these laws, these statutes, and these commandments, man. And that is what makes you alive. Let's get into that was John. I think that was all on John 6:63. Which said, "God is spirit, and they are life." Oh man, let's get into this one. Can I get the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 17? Also, too, another way, kind of how we drop the ball by looking at this this Bible as a figure or as a literal book is like in the very beginning, like how most people think that it was just one man, one woman. When we see that, you keep on going a little further, man and woman was created on the sixth day, but he gave man the breath of life after the seventh day. Another way we look at it is we look at that serpent like as being a literal serpent. We look at that tree of life as being a literal tree. It's way deeper than that, man. And the breath of life that God gave Adam, the breath of life that he gave him, that being the law, statutes, and commandments, is how you see a lot of the law in the beginning. You see a lot of the law being done and a lot of the law being carried out, a lot of the law being fulfilled through Cain and Abel. You see them sacrificing. Like, how would they know to sacrifice if that law wasn't given to Adam through that breath of life? You see Abraham giving 10% tithes. How would he know to give 10% of all of his winnings or everything that he basically got from after he went and destroyed them cats that took Lot and his people, whatever. You see the sacrifice. You see the the 10%. You see the knowing what is clean and what is unclean. You can see that with Noah and everything. These are all instances of the law being fulfilled before Moses came on the scene. We normally would attribute the laws to the Moses, or you hear most people calling it the law of Moses, but the law's been here way before that. And that was the breath of life that was breathed into Adam. If you could, Baba Kasai, you got Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1.
I get it. 1 second.
Oh, come on. You all good? You got Baruch chapter 1, chapter 4 and verse 1? Nah. No, you 12 if not. You 12. That's apocrypha. We believe that the apocrypha is canon. Most people say the apocrypha is not canon, which is a lie. I mean, if the apocrypha was not canon, it wouldn't have been in the King James, the original King James version. It wouldn't have been in the original 1611 King James. You got a question? Oh yeah, if you got any questions, yeah, feel free. Anything that you chapter 4, verse 1. Any question you got? Anything that ain't making sense, man, feel free to ask, and we'll figure it out according to these scriptures, man, according to the Bible. But most people say that the apocrypha is not canon when you can find the apocrypha in the 1611, the original 1611 King James version. You can find that there. If it wasn't canon, it wouldn't have been in there. For them to have translated the apocrypha in the 1611 King James version, it would have had to have been found somewhere, or it would have had to have been a part of the scrolls or part of the original manuscripts that we see that's translated from the 1611. So yeah, we rock out with the apocrypha, man. And Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1 is the apocrypha, man. So this is also going to tell us what the spirit is and what matter of fact, let's get to it. Shalaki, I don't want.
All right, come on. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and
Book
the
of the
law.
Commandments. Shalaki.
Oh, Shalaki, sir. And the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
That's kind of telling us that's telling us pretty plain. All those that keep this law shall come to life. That is the breath of life that the Most High gave to Adam, man. That is the breath of life that allowed Adam to become a living soul, man. You only become alive, or you come to life, real life, when you start following the book. You start following the laws. You start following the statutes. You start following the commandments. You come to life, man. All those that keep it, man. It says these commandments are the law that endure forever. It didn't say these commandments endure for Moses' time. It didn't say these commandments endure just for the Torah of the Old Testament. Excuse me. It says these laws and commandments endure forever, man. Forever is that's as long as the earth, as long as the earth is here, as long as the heaven is here, so long these laws are going to endure. And that is what's going to cause us to come back to life, man. It's going to cause you to come back to life, black man. It's going to cause you to come back to life, Native American man, Hispanic man. By following these laws, man, by following the word of the Most High, man, and what the Most High told us to do, or how he told us to conduct ourselves, and how he told us to live, according to these scriptures, man. It's a little bit more on that, ain't it, Shalaki? I don't want.
It's like 4 and 1. Yeah, that was it. That was the end of Group 4 and 1, sir.
Come on, sir. Come on. Oh, that was it. That was it on it. Okay. But such as leave it shall die, man. The Most High said you will die, man, if you do not follow His word. You will die if you do not follow His commandments, man. And that's also a spiritual thing, man. We can't look at that as figurative. We can look at it as figurative, but everything in these scriptures, it kind of has like a twofold meaning. It's almost like when the serpent came to Eve and said, if you eat of this tree, you shall surely die. We look at everything figurative in that story. Everything figurative until the story starts to make practical sense, until it comes time to look at this story as a practical story, man. The serpent came and said, hey, Eve, man, you eat this tree, you're going to die. I mean, hey, can I ask you a question? Did not the Most High say that Adam and Eve would die if they ate from the tree? That's what the Most High said, right? So when they ate from the tree, what happened? Salakia. Did they? You cooking? Okay. No, they didn't die figuratively. I mean, they didn't die literally, but we look at that whole story as literal until it comes to when it makes like practical sense, or until the time it comes to make it make sense. God said you'll die if you eat from this tree. The serpent came and directly repeated what the Most High said, but they did not surely die literally. It's literally an allegory. They died in a figurative way. They died spiritually. The way they died was that they broke the laws of the Most High. That was when the Most High gave them those that breath of life. That was him giving his law, statutes, and commandments. When they broke his commandment, one of the first commandments he gave them, when they broke that, that's when he said you would die. And that's exactly what happened. They spiritually died, man. They spiritually were detached from the Most High. They spiritually broke that connection they had with the Most High. So it's kind of crazy when we look at that story as literal, because it's literally all figurative and literally all kind of breaks down the spirit of the creation story. Creation story is a spiritual story, man. So yes, when Eve and Adam, they ate from the tree, they didn't die literally. They died as far as losing that connection from the Most High, man. Can I get the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 17? Come on, sir.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 17.
That's Salaki, Adawan. We got can y'all hear the Adawan in the background on the mic? And we're gonna do a little check real quick if y'all can hear him. Do a testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
La, we can't hear.
Okay, probably the mic. We're gonna work on that sound or whatever. I don't want to have a comment.
Check 1 West. Check 1 West.
Come on, we hear you, sir.
All right, Most High first. If I could, just real quick, have you point what you brought out as far as the connection, you know what I'm saying, to the Most High, you know what I'm saying, especially, you know what I'm saying, going back with, you know what I'm saying, with the title of the class, you know what I mean, the spirit of brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, we can definitely see how brotherhood is so essential, you know what I'm saying, with the creation story, even with Adam, it's like with Cain and Abel, you know what I'm saying, we see those brothers, you understand, and we've always heard the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, to love, you know what I'm saying, love the neighbor as thyself, love your brother as yourself, you know what I'm saying, and we see how important it is, you know what I'm saying, to keep that connection to the Most High God, you know what I'm saying, because even like how Cain, we saw how not his as he loved himself.
Right.
Matter of fact, he was just so he didn't have respect for his brother. He didn't have loyalty to his brother. He was so selfish. You understand, where he was willing to, and he did, of course, he unalived his own brother and then hid him. You know what I'm saying? He hid him in like the bushes in some dirt. You understand? I mean, like he treated him like trash.
Nasty work.
You understand? And unfortunately, that same spirit, you know, still resides on the earth today.
Heavy.
You know what I mean? And that's what's so important about the ISUPK. And even with this class and how you're teaching it, it's really giving the foundation, you know what I'm saying, giving the history, the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, because church never teaches us to really love our brother. You know what I'm saying, to respect our brother. You know what I mean? It's always, and it's only about praising God. God's got something for you. God's got a plan. Here comes your breakthrough. But it's never about, you know what I'm saying, hey, look out for your brother, man. Look out for your sister. You understand? Because if that all these churches that are around, you know what I'm saying, there wouldn't be if church really preached and teach and taught brotherhood. You know what I'm saying, to love one another. You know what I'm saying, there would not be as many drug dealers, right? You know what I'm saying, if the church really taught brotherhood as how we're teaching, you know what I'm saying, there wouldn't be as many you know what I'm saying, the strip clubs would go out of business.
I don't want con.
You understand? Strip clubs would go out of business. You know what I'm saying, there would not be as many drug dealers. You know what I'm saying, matter of fact, there would not be as many homeless people today.
Come on,
Understand? Because nobody is teaching brotherhood. Nobody is teaching to look out for one another.
Come on.
Understand? That, matter of fact, that's why it's actually kind of it's like a toss up now to go to the clubs. Why?
Yep.
Because people are afraid. People are nervous and they don't have respect for one another.
Right.
That's why granted, we joke, but as we say, there's always truth in jest. You understand? Like if you go to the club and a brother's gonna step on your shoes, you might not make it home that night.
That's crazy.
You understand? You spill a drink on a brother, you might not make it home.
Come on.
A sister goes to the club and they just happen to have on the same dress. Somebody's leaving with bruises.
Con, I don't want con.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like we really have to stress that the brotherhood, you know, especially in the Black, Latino, Native Indian community, that's what we need. You know what I'm saying? When we see the movie, you know what I'm saying, New Jack City, you know, and the man said, "Hey, we all we got." Absolutely. Blacks, Latinos, Native Indians, we are all that we have. They said we cannot depend on any other nation to love us, to protect us, to teach us anything.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We need each other. We need the ISUPK, and we need this Bible.
Come on.
You understand? Most High Christ. So like you
Most High Christ, the water. That was super heavy, man. Because I mean, you're not lying, man. The pastors aren't really gonna teach us, man, to look out for our brothers like that. They're not really gonna teach sisters to have sisterhood with each other like that. They out here riding around in Benzes. They out here looking super spiffy and clean cut, man. When you go outside, what's the dude's name? Creflo Dollar's church, man. Look at Old Nat. Old Nat is rough. Right outside of Old Nat, you see some of the roughest situations. You see some of the roughest circumstances. You see some of the roughest living conditions of our people. But we got $1 million church like sitting right on the corner. You got a man that's worth hundreds of $1 million, but it's still J's outside of your church. It's still brothers outside of your church that not only Jay is still homeless, a bunch of homelessness on that like that, but you got a you got $1 million multi-million-dollar church and you're worth multi-millions and you have a multi-million-dollar plane, man. So unfortunately, man, you're right, man. Our leadership has not taught us the true weight of brotherhood, or how to truly be brothers, man. These scriptures teach us the true weight or the true way of how to be brothers, man. The true way to be brothers is rooted in the spirit of this law, man. The spirit of brotherhood is the spirit of the law. The law literally just teaches you how to treat each other, man. It teaches you how to love each other, man. Most Christians say God is love, man. Yeah, I mean, yes, he is, man. The Most High is love. Yes, he is, man. But love is following these scriptures, man. Love is following these law, statutes, and commandments, man. Love is following the word of the Most High, man, according to these scriptures, man. Following these commandments is how you show brotherhood and sisterhood to your sisters, man. You made a heavy point about us going out to the club, man. Us going out to the club, man, and brother stepping on a brother's shoes, man. We really ain't got love for each other, man, because you ready to pop another, you ready to kill, you ready to unalive your brother, man, for stepping on your shoes, man. Something that you could buy in the store 100 times over, something that's replaceable, man. A life is not replaceable, man, but you ready to literally unalive a brother for shoes. Are you literally ready? I mean, for shoes. Right. You're literally ready to unalive a brother for spilling a drink on your clothes, something that you could buy, man. You can't buy a life, man. And that's where we lack in brotherhood. We lack in brotherhood because we don't know where we come from. Slocky, that's you? True.
Con, sir. The phone stand that I had on my car, it got old, it broke, so but I'm available to read. I'm parked, I'm good to go.
Con, the water. Big the water for that, man. But yeah, like I was saying, it's basically like we really don't have the brotherhood that we think we have, man. Like the brotherhood we think we have is we got folk that we can go out with. We got folk that we can hang out with. We got folk we can get high with. We got folk we can get geek with. We got folk we can drink with. That doesn't necessarily encompass the full meaning of brotherhood, man. Brotherhood is way deeper than that, man. Would you live for your brother, man? Would you get out here and be available? I like how my Ottawa gave me an acronym the other day, man. It's something that we all need to work on, man. He called it the ARC. The ARC is what I feel like that is what encompasses brotherhood, man. the ark, and not only does it encompass brotherhood, but it encompass just really just being a reliable person, man. The ark means to be available. Are you available for your brother? Are you there when your brother can call you at 3 a.m, man? Your brother got a flat tire on the side of the road. You gonna wake up and pull up on your brother? You gonna wake up and pull up on your sister, man? They got that flat tire? Or your brother that might have got in trouble with the law, man. You know the white man's the devil the Bible speaks of. Could you pull up on your brother that got in trouble 3 a.m. and he needs you to come and bail him out? Could you be available for your brother that needs some support, man, when someone in his life might have passed, man? And, you know, he needs your support, man. He needs you around, man. This is some hard times, man. So availability, man, that's one of the acronyms or one of the letters in the ARK. The R is reliability. Are you reliable for your brother? Are you not only available, are you reliable, man? When your brother calls you, can you be there when he needs you? Can you be reliable for him? And the C in that acronym that Adawan gave me, man, it's a heavy acronym, is the capability. Are you even capable of helping your brother? Are you capable of helping your sister? Can you be not only there? Can you not only be available? Can you not only be reliable, but can you be capable of helping your brother and sister, man? And I like that's a heavy acronym, man, that the Adawan Hadar gave me, man, for being available, reliable, and capable, man. So that's the all three. We gonna I was trying to get y'all the foundation, man. We gonna continue into the foundation, and then after we get into the foundation, we're really gonna get into the spirit of brotherhood. The foundation of this brotherhood, man, like I said, man, is these laws, man. The foundation of this brotherhood are these commandments, man. The foundation of this brotherhood are these statutes that the Most High gave us, man. How can we call ourselves a true nation, or how can we expect the Most High, or how can we expect Christ to come and liberate us, come and save us from this hell that we live in, if we not even gathered together as a people, man? We not even one nation, man. The first thing that it takes to build a nation are the laws. That's the first thing that God gave Moses to build his nation, man. The first thing God gave Moses, the first thing God gave the children of Israel when it came down after they were liberated from captivity, after they left Egypt, was what he gave them was the law, man. That was the first thing he gave them to make them a true nation. That's the first thing he gave them to bring his people together, man. Scripture say, gather yourselves together, man. Gather yourselves together. Hey, Ra'ah, if you could you get Matthew chapter 19, verse 17?
Come.
The water.
I have it, sir.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's get in. We can get into that. Matthew chapter 19, verse 17.
Come, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 17. He said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God.
So Salaki, man, just to give you a little context, man, that why callest thou me good? I mean, we all know that Christ, you know, Christ was blameless, but he's kind of he's giving a cut to how about Shem Yashar Barakatah, Salaki, for coming through, man. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. But that's Christ. He gave he's giving a cut, man, to the brother that asked him this question, man. So why callest me thou good, man? Because whoever asked him that question, they was asking it they were mocking him, man. They was being funny, man. Hey, good master. What basically do you think about this? And Christ basically said, why callest thou me good? The only one good is, let's continue that. The only one good is the Most High. What's the rest of that say, right?
Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God.
Mm-hmm.
But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
If thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. What it takes to live, man, what it takes to enter into life spiritually, man, is keeping these commandments, keeping these laws, keeping these statutes, man. And only way you could, I mean, most people, they say the law is done away with, unfortunately. Your pastor says the law is done away with. Excuse me. Most Christians say the law is done away with. Oh, that's the law of Moses. That's old. We ain't got to do that no more. The law of Moses that's played out, man. That's old news, man. We're in the New Testament. We all live in the New Testament. What we need the Old Testament for, man? Throw that out the window. law is done away with. But Christ, it says it right here, man. If you want to enter into life, man, you keep the commandments, man. Christ said it himself, man, and I believe we ain't gonna get into that. But Matthew 5, man, he said, man, the I did not come to destroy the law. The law is not done away with, man. I came to fulfill it, man. Most people say Christ came to fulfill the law, but right before then, he said he didn't come to destroy it. So what are we talking about? What do we got, man? The law is still here and strong, man. The New Testament is literally just a recap of the Old Testament. Slaki, I don't know what you got.
And Salaki, if I could, very heavy what you're bringing out. Yes, especially with Christ. You're saying going against those Pharisees. You understand? Because even when with the title of the class, the Spirit of Brotherhood. You understand, like how those men approach Christ. You understand? They approach him with an attitude. You understand? Really trying to mock him. You understand? Try to trip him up. But Christ, you know what I'm saying, knowing their intentions, that's saying knowing who he is, that's saying still took he still approached them how he needed to.
Like a brother.
Saying, like a brother.
Come on,
you know saying? Because another key thing to being a brother is to give correction.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't mind, if we could put out a scripture.
Come on, absolutely.
Real quick. We could go to Proverbs 27:5, just real quick.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Because something else that we need when it comes to like having like that spirit of brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? We mentioned earlier about like, you know what I'm saying, like when we're like in modern times, we're in the club, you know what I'm saying, and a brother, you know what I'm saying, he steps on our shoe, you know what I'm saying, spills a drink. You know what I'm saying? Like we're always like fighting against one another.
Come on.
You understand? We're taking jabs at one another, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like even can't even be honest with one another. We could just read this real quick.
Gonna go on this book of Proverbs, chapter 27 and verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love.
Heavy.
Water. Open rebuke. Yes, you see how Christ was? Mm-hmm. Christ gave them that open rebuke. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, don't try to sneer off. You know what I'm saying? Mock me and call me good. You know what I'm saying? Because really the only one who's good is the Most High.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Is the Father. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Don't try to give me this backhanded compliment.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the one. I'm not the one. But if you want to compliment anybody, you compliment the Most High God.
That's right.
You understand? And like how the scripture says, you know what I'm saying, that open, that instead of that secret love, you know what I'm saying, like playing games and everything like that. Because like this happens to us a lot.
Come on.
You understand how brothers like really can't talk to one another.
Yeah, right.
Sisters can't talk to one another. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a better chance talking to a third party. You know what I'm saying? About somebody that offended you, about something that you don't like, right, as opposed to just taking it to them.
Taking it to him and him. Come.
Taking it to them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like even like if there's like you don't want to deal with it, you know what? It ain't that serious. I can let it go. Mm-hmm. But if it's not not that serious, why take it to somebody that has nothing to do with it?
Come.
You know what I'm saying? And then what happens is now you start try to get more backup. You know what I'm saying? Again, that problem. And really what happens is you're causing division.
Right.
You're causing division. You know what I'm saying? Like, notice that's what happens in the church. Everybody knows the gossiping person in the church. Everybody knows. And then most times they'll even say it's the first lady. It's the pastor's wife. It's the deacon's wife. You know what I'm saying? People know what's going on with the head musician. You understand? Mm-hmm. Oddly enough, like the Christian church doesn't like the Catholic church. Why? Because they know that the Catholic church has a reputation for being PDFs.
Come on.
Right? But guess what? Do they do anything about it? No. They don't speak on it. They don't speak on it.
Nah.
You understand? Mm-hmm. People in the Black Christian church will say, "Oh yeah, hey, I see little Deontay. Y'all better get him." You know what I'm saying? They're not going to say, you know what? Hey, he needs to be around some men.
They even speaking cold about it.
Yes, exactly. They will speak in code.
Come on now. Come on.
They will speak in code as opposed to correcting his behavior so that he can grow up masculine.
Come on.
And you see what happened. Then what happened? What's the line? They come out of the closet. the secrets, the secret love. But if there was open rebuke in the first place, there's a very good chance that that brother could have been saved. If there was open rebuke for the sister, hey sister, you can't dress like this. You can't show off all your legs.
Come on.
You understand? You can't, as Joe Muhammad says, you can't show off your front butt and everything like that. You can't stand like this. You can't walk like that. You can't even talk like that. You understand? Like if they had that open rebuke, we could save so many lives, and save relationships, You understand? But the church, of course, is not doing this. Why? Because it's not good for business. And even the church won't give open rebuke, but they'll give the secret love. That's why they can't say they can't say anything about Eddie Long and his tragic death. That's why they won't speak on TD Jakes and suddenly why he's stepping down. Because in the midst of Diddy's trial.
How convenient, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Nobody wants to talk about this. It's just secret love. And of course, that secret love is going to cause division. And it's going to keep it's like blacks, Latinos, and Indians away from the Most High, and we're going to lose that connection. In the spirit of brotherhood. So
we lose that. Oh, we got another one to build off it.
And like, if I may,
heavy point, super heavy point.
It's like if I may, very very heavy point. And even getting back to the whole thing which you mentioned earlier about the thing about it being in the club and stepping on the shoe type of deal. That and the open rebuke is something, like you said, with the brotherhood that's sorely missed. And the stepping on the shoe part, what I was struck chord with me on that one is we don't realize that we don't give our brothers mercy. Because you mentioned the whole thing about it's a small thing, but what it essentially comes down to is it's a mistake. So we're up here getting into fights, unaliving brothers and stuff over a mistake. So we don't even have that mercy for our brother, and we're out here all warring under Esau, battling Esau, warring every day, but we don't even have that compassion and that mercy for our brother. And even what Adawan just brought out about the rebuke, we've all been out with our partners and stuff at the club, and we know that they're doing wrong. So instead of coming out with that open rebuke and be like, nah, bro, walk away, man. Nah, man, let's go ahead and go. Man, let's go to the car. We're not doing that. We're not giving our brother that open rebuke. Going to sit up here and swing right along with him, jump right along with it. Versus being merciful, versus having that rebuke.
Heavy.
Slack.
Come on, the water for those heavy points, man. That's super heavy, man. You're right. We do lack mercy for our brothers. And how do we expect the Most High to have mercy on us if we lacking mercy for our own brothers that we see daily? And I think that'll take us in the scripture of. Let me get 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. Mercy is a heavy thing, man. Having mercy on our brothers, man, and that's having compassion or having understanding for our brothers. That's us being able to understand our brothers, man. We don't have mercy on our brothers, man. So how can we expect the Most High to have that same mercy on us? How can we expect the Most High to forgive us for our transgressions if we can't forgive our brothers for their transgressions? Can I get that real quick? The book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20.
Come on. This is the book of 1 John chapter 4 verse 20.
Come.
If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
He is a liar, man. You don't even love God if you hate your brother, man. How do you hate your brother? You hate your brother when you don't have that mercy on him. When you don't have that compassion on him, you hate your brother. You hate your brother when you in the club, like you said, and it does do something as small as stepping on your shoes, man, and now it's time to swing. You hate your brother, man. So how the hell do you say how the hell can you say you love God? How the hell can you say you love God? Like the Ottawa said, when you selling dope to your brothers, man. You selling the weed that we smoking, man. That is a drug, man. You selling that to your brothers and you doing it yourself. How can you honestly say that you love him, man, when you polluting his mind? When you taking the fight out of your brother by selling him that dope. You selling him that weed, man. Weed takes the fight out of you, man. Weed takes the lion out of you, man. Weed takes that warrior up out of you, man. But you smoking it, man, and you selling it to your brother. Do you really love your brother? If you're doing all the above to him, man, you don't even love God, man, like you say you love him, man. and you doing all that to your brother. What's the rest of it say? What the rest of that say, Rod?
Come, sir. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
How can you even say that you love God? Most people say, I love God. I love God. I'm spiritual. I love the Most High. But you hate your brother. You hate your sister. You gossiping about your brother. You gossiping about your sister. You talking crazy about your brother. You not only pillow talking, you pillow talking with your partners about your brother behind his back. And now, excuse me. Now you done poison. You done planted the poison in other brothers' head to have a feeling about this brother that you had about him, man. And you talking about his back. You talking behind his back. You planted the poison. Now all of y'all is ready to backdoor your brother. Now all y'all ready to set your brother up because you wanted to plant it, because you wanted to talk crazy behind his back, man. You don't love your brother doing that, man. You don't love your brother if you got an issue with him and you telling other brothers, because now you're allowing other brothers to you're muddying the waters, man. You're allowing other brothers to have those same problems that you had with that brother when they ain't had nothing to do with the problem that you had with that brother, man. You muddying the waters, man. You're not only muddying the waters, man. Excuse me. But you that all right, so Salaki, that's when you're supposed to take that to that brother alone. And I think we're gonna touch on that verse too, man. But you have an alt with your
sir.
What you got?
It reminds me of, if you're at a slavery and like the oppressor will put somebody that's your tribe as the supervisor, but it'd be like normally it'd be a heavy Christian too, but normally it'd be somebody of your nation, your tribe that hates themselves and hates other black people or other Hispanic people, and they use all the stuff they know about the culture to try to line you up or try to watch everything you're doing, try to figure out if you make a mistake and then make it more than it was and get you caught up and mess your money up. Salah.
Heavy. I'm pretty sure we all been here, but you ever work with the Sambo Negro that smile in front of all the white managers and shit? Smile in front of all the white managers. But when he get around the niggas, he be talking crazy to Negroes on the shift. I'm pretty sure all of us have probably experienced that, man. I've seen some crazy Negroes, man. They smiling and skinning and grinning like my granddad used. They skinning and grinning for the white man, the supervisor that he could possibly get a raise from, he could possibly get promoted from. But when he get around the niggas, he talking crazy. It ain't no love, man. That brother right there, he hates you, man. He hates his brother, man. He ain't got no love for you, man. And if that brother say he love God, he's a liar, man, according to the scripture. We all done worked around a type of brother like that, man. I appreciate you for bringing it out. That just reminded me of some of the brothers, man, especially in construction, man. These Negroes, excuse me, these Negroes get in front of these Negroes get in front of these white boys and start acting crazy, man. They smiling, they hella talkative, but when they around niggas, they looking at you funny. They ready to tell every break that you done took, if you even taking a break. They ready to tell every mistake, even if the little and small ones that you done did, man, just so they could. It's like a crab in a barrel type of deal, man. They step on you to get up, man, and that is a Negro that hates you, man. We've all, I mean, I can't speak for all of us, but I've experienced and I have seen a lot of that going on in construction, man. Negroes is crazy, man. They will step on you, brother, just to get to the next level, man. And that's really what's happened in our community, man. Our community is where we at because of Negroes like that, man. Our community is where we at because of the P. Diddy's, man, because of the Jay-Z's, because of the Young Jeezys, man. These niggas that's right. And I'm just speaking on entertainers, but we can get into the other leadership as well. These Negroes have told you to trap or die while they kids is going to Ivy League schools. These Negroes have told you to get out here and spin the block when these Negroes got kids in private schools. And come on with the jokes, man. That's our leadership, man. Our leadership has failed us, man. And unfortunately, we shouldn't be looking at entertainers as leadership anyway. Like these are the last Negroes we should be looking at as leadership, man. But them being our leadership, man, they have led us astray, man. Our gates languish, man. Our gates are your protection, man. What is your gate, man? The gate outside of your house. That's what protects your house from or that is what rids off any foreign or any unwanted company or attention, man. And those gates are our leadership, man. Those gates, our leadership have dropped the ball on us, man. And unfortunately, we shouldn't be looking at entertainers as that anyway. But it's always a Negro, man, ready to step on you, man, and that really hates you deep down, man, and really hates himself, because if he hates you, he sees himself when he looks at you. So he really deep down hates himself, man. So for him to really deep down hate himself, man, that's just a terrible disease that we got, man, as a people, man. And that is a cancer, man, that we have as a people, man, that we kind of got, man, from all of this oppression, depression, and suppression, man, that we've gotten from our oppressors, man. It comes from your brother's not hating, your brother's not loving, your brother's really hating you, man. Your brothers hate you, man. They don't love God, man. The truth ain't in them. So let's get into some of this brotherhood, man. What is brotherhood? What is the spirit of brotherhood? The spirit of brotherhood, man. The spirit of brotherhood is, let's get can I get the book of we can get into some of these laws. Let me get the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 36. Unfortunately, I'm gonna throw some darts right now. Most Christian pastors or most people from the Christian church, they say that the law is done away with. They say there are only two laws. The two laws that we are supposed to be following, the two laws that we're supposed to be adhering to, are to love your neighbor as yourself and to love the Most High with all your heart, spirit, and mind. And so that's what the scripture is that we about to jump into, man. Unfortunately, they have lied to you, man. Because when they say that you're supposed to love the Most High, man, when your Christian pastors told you that, when you're supposed to love your brother, what does it mean to love your brother according to the Bible? What does it mean to love the Most High according to the Bible? They'll never tell you that, when the Bible literally tells you how you can love your brother, how you can love the Most High, how we love each other according to the scriptures, man. I guess we can get let me get the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 36. They say these are the only two laws that you got to follow, man. But it actually gets a little deeper than that, man. It's a way to love your neighbor as yourself. There is a way to love the Most High according to the scriptures, man. The scriptures tell us that, but they don't. I don't understand why they don't tell us how to do that. Most people think it's a feeling. Oh man, I love my brother, so I'm gonna be nice to him. I'm gonna be kind to him. Yeah, you be kind, man, but that's not actually what love, what the love of your brother is, or what the love of the Most High is.
Right.
Let me get the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 36 through 40.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 36.
The water one.
Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Verse 37. Yahushua said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. Verse 38. This is the first and great commandment. Verse 30.
Salaki, I just want to stop you real quick, because most, your pastor told you, man, these are the only laws you have to follow. But the question was, what is the great law? What is the great commandment? And if you read that in the, you can get it in two. You can get this in two places in the New Testament. You can get that in Matthew, or you can get that in Mark. In Mark, it asks, what is the first commandment? It didn't ask, what are the commandments we need to follow? They literally asked them. They literally asked Christ, what's the first commandment, or what is the great commandment that we need to follow? It's not what are the only commandment we need to follow. What is the what is the only thing we need? That's not what they asked. They literally asked, what's the first one, or what is the great one? There being a great one, or there being a first one. If you have a first, there's going to be a second. That means there are more that follow it. You have a great one, there are going to be lesser ones. There are lesser ones that follow it. These are other commandments that you need to follow. These two commandments right here would encompass the body of the law. Like if you love your neighbor, you're not going to adulterate his wife. If you love your neighbor, you're not going to steal from him. You're not going to finesse him. You're not going to go out. You're not going to go out and you know how some of us we all can be very we can be courteous, and we can help our brothers. We go out with brothers and sisters, and you know, a brother might leave his wallet at the crib, might not have the bread to go out, and another brother might say, hey, I got it. I'll say, hey, I got you, my brother, I got you. You know, with that being said, you're not gonna take advantage of that with your brother. You're not gonna allow your brother to foot that bill and then not, not come up with your side of the bargain, not come out and pay that. I mean, that's basically not the that's not brotherhood at the end of the day. It's not brotherhood, man. You're not gonna what's the word? You're not gonna lust after your brother's belongings. You're not gonna see your brother having, and you might not have it that week or whatever. You're not gonna covet. Covet means to be, it means to lust after or to be jealous. You're not gonna feel a type of way when your brother has something that you don't have necessarily or whatever. That's not the love of your brother. What you got out of one, Slocky?
No, Slocky. Didn't want to jump ahead, but did you want the precept for that one, sir?
Absolutely. Hey, I love precepts.
I'm saying crazy.
We love all of that. I appreciate it.
This book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 9. Mm-hmm. For this thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right there, that's how you love your neighbor as yourself. You don't covet your neighbor. You don't lust after what he has, man, because the Most High, you gonna have yours. You ain't gotta, you're not gonna steal from your brother, man. You're not gonna wait until your brother steps out the car, man, and steal change out his cup holder, man. You're not gonna adulterate your brother's wife, man. You're not gonna see your brother's wife out there. You're not gonna shoot. You're not gonna throw passes at her, man. You're not gonna murder out here, man, because like we said, your brother stepped on your shoe, or your brother spilled a drink on you, or your brother that you might hate, you feel a type of way because he said something that you wasn't feeling that day, man. You're not gonna murder him because of that, man. That's not the love of the brother. That's not the love of your brother. And that's what that's where we unfortunately, that's where we dropped the ball at. Our Christian pastors told us that these two commandments is what we keep: love your neighbor as yourself, and love the Most High with all your might, all your mind, body, and spirit. But by us following the other commandments, that's how we can encompass that love that we have for our brother. That's how we can encompass the love of the Most High. You love the Most High by keeping His Sabbath, man. The Sabbath is not on a Sunday, man. Where did they get? We have this. Where did they get the Sunday as a Sabbath, man? There's nowhere in the Bible. There's nowhere. You can't find that nowhere in the scriptures, man. They say it's traditional. They say it's because Christ rose again on a Monday. There's nowhere in or rose again on a Sunday. There's nowhere in the scriptures, man. You love the Most High by following His feast days, man. You love Him by keeping the Sabbath. You love Him by keeping His laws, His statutes, and commandments, man. That's how you show the love of the Most High, according to the scriptures, man. Was there any more on that?
Verse 10, that's where it really hits heavy.
About to get heavy.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
Dagger. Love your neighbor with all your heart. But the law is done away with. That don't even go together. According to the Bible, that is in direct opposition of what the scriptures say. Can you read that last one again? What is love according to the Bible, man? And it says it multiple times, man. It harps on it multiple times.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 10.
Come on.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Mm-hmm. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
The water for that. That's heavy. What you got?
And it's like just real quick. That's just, like you just broke down, is they say that law is done away with. So Christian church wants to sit up here and say love is the law is done away with. That means that love is done away with.
Good night. Good. Gosh, hey, good night, man.
What that song, Love Don't Live Here No More?
Yo, that's what they on, man. Love don't live here no more, man, because love is done away with, obviously. I mean, if the law is done away with, according to the Bible, love is the law, man. So if the law is done away, that means there's no love. You can't love your neighbor. So that means you can't even keep one of the great commandments that you said is the only commandment we got to keep, man. Come on, what you got?
And it's like just the odd one, Hadar's point earlier. That's why we're not seeing that in the Christian church. That's why we see exactly what we see now in the Christian church is because they believe the law's done away with. They don't understand the law's still here. That's why they don't understand how to love a brother. They don't understand how to love each other. So that's why you see exactly what you see in the Christian church now.
Come on.
It's like it.
Come on. That's why we see a lot of that what's going on, man. A lot of foolishness going on, man. And not only the Christian church and the Catholic church and all the different whatever gang you banging, denomination that you banging, man. That's why it's all that foolishness going on in there, man. Because y'all have done away with the law. So you've done away with the love that you would have for your brother. You've done away with the love that you would have for the Most High, man. Right. That's why it's a bunch of stealing. That's why your pastor is stealing out the plate, man. And that's why he's driving the Benz and you not. That's why he's living in a nice house, and we struggling check to check, man, because he believes that the law is done away with, but he believes in the law of tithing, unfortunately. And that tithing is going in his pocket. That tithing is not going to store in the storehouse, unfortunately. The tithing ain't going for the church. I mean, the church lights are still on, but the rest of that, man, is going to his pocket, man, because he believes in that law. He doesn't believe in the full law, or he doesn't believe that the law of Moses, that they call it, which is actually the law of the Most High, he believes that's done away with, man. That's why a lot of pastors out here adulterating with the different women in the church that are other men's wives, man. Right. You can actually see an example of that with man, how you can see. All right, so you can see the effects of adulterating with a woman actually in David. David adulterated with another man's wife, man. And that lack of brotherhood is what caused another man to be unalive. Like we look at, David was, is one of the greatest kings of Israel, man. But David has he fell short too, man. And he did a wicked thing, man, by adulterating with another man's wife, man. And he had that man killed, man. That story in itself, man, is a lesson in that we should learn. And what adulterating or just the lack of love for a brother, what it does, man, the effects of that, man. The effects of that, man, is death, man. Right. The wages of sin are death, according to the scriptures, man. What is sin according to the scriptures, man? I know we know what sin is according to the scriptures. We can get to that, get into that 1 John 3 and 4, if anybody got it. The wages of sin are death, man. That is the exact opposite of what the law does for you. The law is how you enter into life, man. Breaking that law is how you become spiritually dead, man. And it can also lead into a literal death. Mm-hmm. David killed that brother, man. And that was a wicked thing, man. That was a lack of love for brotherhood, man. And that's the brotherhood that we lack, man. We lack that brotherhood in our community, man. A lot of that brotherhood we lack is because of, I mean, we can get into the curses as well, man. That's the curses that we suffer from, and the curses that we suffer from the effects of, man. We are under these curses because we lacked or we didn't follow the laws and the rules of the Most High. So he put these curses upon us, man. And that's why we're spiritually dead out here. That's why we're dying in these streets. That's why brothers are getting killed, man. That's why brothers are spiritually dead out here, man, because those are the wages of our sin that we commit, man. And we don't have love for each other.
Right.
Salaki. Come on.
I have it if you're ready, sir.
Absolutely. Come on.
This book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law.
That's what sin is, man, according to these scriptures, man. Sin is the transgression of the law. Salaki is going to say it anyway. I mean, repeat it.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is the transgression of the law. So what is the pastor even saying sin is? Like, what is that? Right. According to, to what your pastor is saying, if the law is done away with, right, what is sin? Like, that's something I think about that daily. And I think I want to ask a Christian pastor, say Christian, what is sin then? If the law is done away with, and I mean, the scriptures told us clearly what sin is. Like, what exactly is sin, man, if the law is done away with? Like, is sin just something like it's got to be something that you make up. It got to be something that you just thought about and said, like, that's not right. Sin is you being you out here cursing and you out here you listening to rap music. You out here having a few drinks or whatever, man. Like what exactly is sin according to you then? If if the law is done away with. Right. Scriptures tell us, man, sin is the transgression of the law, man. The scriptures tell us, man, that not only is sin the transgression of the law, but the scriptures tell us, man, what scriptures tell us Oh, yeah, we're getting there. The scriptures tell us, sin is the transgression of the law. Shalaki. Can I get the book of let's get into 1 John chapter 5, and verse 2 through 3.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 5 and verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments.
It's the love of God, man, according to the scriptures, man. The love of God is us keeping the Most High's commandments, man. What else does it say? It also tells us this is the breakdown of the 2 laws that they say that we only have to keep.
Right.
It tells us all other laws are obsolete and all other laws are old school. That's Old Testament, man. We're in the New Testament, man. You know, why are we even thinking about the Old Testament? Why are we thinking about Moses, man? Christ came, man. It's a new day. It's a new age, man. We got a whole new age religion or a new age belief. What are we talking about? The old, the old, out with the old, in with the new, man. We in the New Testament, man. They tell us that it's 2 laws, man. In the New Testament, not only Christ, but in the New Testament, John tells us what it means to love the Most High, what it means to love your neighbor. Let me get the rest of that. Slide.
Come on, verse 3. For this is the love of God.
The love of God, man.
That we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
That's brotherhood right there, man. The spirit of brotherhood is us keeping his commandments, man. His commandments aren't grievous. I actually want to get into some of the commandments so we can kind of understand the depth of the brotherhood in these commandments, man, that they gave us, man. Can we get into the book of Exodus, chapter 20?
Come on.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. Because what I've noticed is that it's not even it's most people I talk to, man. And I love having these conversations. And I ask a lot of questions in these conversations. The conversations I normally have is that, or what I hear from the feedback is that, oh yeah, absolutely, help yourself. What I hear from the feedback is that the law is done away with. That's old school, whatever. We ain't got to keep all of that. But most people don't even know the actual laws that the scriptures actually like tell us to keep. Right. Most people don't even know what the Most High or the word that the Most High gave us to keep. And I think we should get into them. We're gonna get into the first. We're gonna get into the first 10, and we can start getting into the nuances of the different ones, or that we can get into the layers of the specifics of the different. Oh damn, Salakia! I ain't even. We got any check-ins? Salakia, man. I ain't even touch on the check-ins. Salakia, man. Everybody check in. Whoever checked in, Salakia. We ain't even getting under the check-ins. Forgive me for that. But I appreciate everybody checking in, man. Most High in Christ, man, to y'all. Appreciate y'all for stopping through, man. Checking out what we with us in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge have to what we have to say about the law, statutes, and commandments. What we have to say about the Most High and what's actually in these scriptures, not according to what your Christian pastor says, but according to what's actually in these scriptures, man. So I appreciate y'all for checking in, man. So what we got?
Sulakia, precinct officer of 50 Halak, has a comment saying there's only one sin in the Christian church, and that's not paying tithes.
Good night. That's the only sin. That's the only law they follow. They say it's love your brother and your neighbor. Love your brother, loving your neighbor, loving the Most High. That's what they say it is. But the scriptures tell us what that means to do those 2 things, man. And yeah, that's absolutely what they that's the only law they follow, the actual law. They keep it super common and super vague by saying love your neighbor, love the Most High, man. But it's a lot deeper than that, man. The scriptures tell us how we do that, man. But they tell us to keep them ties, man. That's the only specific law that they tell us to keep. The water for that, Halak, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Do we got is any check-ins or Salaki?
You want to go through them now?
Oh, all right, come on. Now we'll hit the check-ins in a minute. Salaki, big Salaki. Appreciate all y'all for checking in, man. What scripture was in? We gonna get into let's get the book of Exodus, man. These are the first 10, man. This is the first thing that the Most High established with the nation of Israel. For us to be the nation of Israel, you black man, you Native American man, you Hispanic man, for you to find out your true identity of who you are, man. You're not just a Mexican, you're not just an American, you're not just a nigga, you're not just not just none of those bywords that the scripture said that they would call us through this prophecy. You're not just who the scripture said they would joke about us, or who they would disrespectfully refer to us as. You're not just that, man. You actually have an identity. You actually have a history. You actually have a heritage, man. And that's what's in these scriptures, man. And what the Most High did when he first liberated us from our first captivity, which is a direct parallel to the captivity we're living in. The children of Israel lived in 430 years of slavery, according to Exodus, as did we live in 400 years of slavery in America. Like, it's a direct parallel, man. That's how the Most High is even like the Most High in his infinite wisdom was even able to allow a lot of us to wake up and to even see the prophecy, is that it's a direct parallel, man, between the children of Israel and the children of Israel in America through this captivity, because it happened to us again. What he did was, when he first made us a nation, what he did was the first thing he did to make us a nation, or the first thing when he gathered us together and he liberated us, the first thing he did was he gave us rules. That's why I don't understand why people like to disregard the rules that he gave us. These rules are his commandments. Most of our leadership, and it's for a reason, man. It's to keep you lost, man. It's to keep you in a slumber of who you are, man. We are the children of Israel, man, and our leadership doesn't want you to know that, man, and that's why they tell you not to keep the laws. But what the Most High did for us was that he gave us rules and regulations, man. He gave us a almost like a moral compass. He gave us an ethical standard of living. And that was the first thing he gave us for us to even be a nation. We can't be a nation if we all can't agree on what's good and what's not. We all cannot be a people. We all cannot gather ourselves together, as the scriptures tell us, if we can't even come together on what's right and what's wrong, man. And the first thing the Most High did, he gave us his laws, man. He gave us his statutes. He gave us his commandments, man. And that's why we keep on harping on that. We harp on what the Most High told us to do. And we can find that the first thing that he told us to do, or the first things that he told us to do once he liberated us from Egypt, was his laws, man. The first ones he gave us was the 10, that most people will say are the 10 commandments of Moses. That's what most people would say. But these are basically just the first rules he gave us, man. And it gets super deeper. It gets way more specific on how we are supposed to teach brothers, how we're supposed to treat our sisters, how we're supposed to teach our family, how we're supposed to treat our family. And it starts in Exodus 20, man. Can I get the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2?
Khan. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
It's the Most High, man. Speaking to Moses. Salaki.
Out of the house of bondage.
The house of bondage is Egypt. He said he would send us back into Egypt again in the slave ships. And that's where we are today, man. For us to even come together as a nation, and for us to even be liberated up out of this captivity that we living in, to be liberated up out of this hell that we living in, we got to come together, man. But Salaki, I'll let you keep on cooking, because Most High's cooking in these scriptures.
Salaki, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You know how, like, the name of Ham's son was just Mizraim, so just bondage. So it's and Egypt means that. So does it sometimes look like when, you know how they say House of David? Is it almost like they're saying House of Mizraim?
House of bondage. Damn near. Khan. I mean, that's the forefather of Egypt, which is the forefather of that house. We all are known by our fathers. You're all known by the tree that bears the fruit of who you are, man. We all known by the seed that we come from, man. That's why we're not known by a woman's name. We're known by the man predecessor that we came from, man. And that father of that house was Mizraim, which is the house of bondage. Hell yeah, Khan. That's exactly what that means, man. That's the house of bondage, man, and that's where we come from, man. Said the Most High said he would send us back again into ships, man, and that's the prophecy, man. That's how you know who you are, black man. That's how you know who you are, Native American man and Hispanic man, is because we came back in on ships, and the Native American went out on ships. They think that a lot of our history doesn't coincide, or that the history ain't adding up. But now the Native American, when we came in on ships, or before we even came in on ships, the Native American got shipped out on ships by that house of bondage, man. So we all share the same common ancestry. We share a same common struggle. We share a same common history, man. And that is the black man, the Native American man, and the Hispanic man. We all are of the house of Israel, man. Just like Egypt is the house of bondage, man. You're right, my brother.
Khan. Salaki, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
That is the very first commandment, man. The first commandment that the Most High gave was that thou shalt not have no other gods before thee, before him. Those other guys, man, they I mean, most people, a lot of people think that it's just they look at that as a mystical type of thing, man. But the other gods you can have before the Most High God could be money, it could be clothes. You can make your car your god, man. You can make these celebrities your god. That's why they call them stars. Most people look at these people as gods, man. They look at these people as idols. What is an idol? The idol is what he's talking about right here, man. They make these entertainers, man. They're gods, man. But you can't have that. You can't have that before God, man. God comes first. Not these idols, not your car, not your money, not these materialistic things, man. And it's a reason why the Most High gave that as the first rule, because he knew as a people, man, all people look to worship something. They all looking to look up to something. They all looking to follow something. And a lot of our people are easily deceived and easily attracted to the glitter and the glamour. And that's why Moses went up on that hill. He went up on that hill for what, 30 days, not even a month. He came back down. These folk is out here dancing naked around the God. They dancing around a golden calf, man, making a calf of God, man. People without the right direction, without the right influence, or without the right leadership will go astray and start worshiping other gods, unfortunately. So that's why the Most High gave that, as our first commandment. What else we got?
Khan. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
The graven images, man, is that it's Caesar Borgia on that painting. That's a graven image, man. That Jesus piece you wear around your neck, that's a graven image, man. That's who people worship. That cross around your neck. That's what our people worship, unfortunately, man. They worship these, not only they worship that cross, they worship that rock that they go over there to Mecca and kiss, man. They worship, the homosexual Caesar Borgia, man, or Shalaki. They worship Caesar Borgia in that picture, man. And that's why we look at Esau, man, as a savior, man. That's why we look at the white man that is the Bible speaks of as God. And that's not actually who God is. It's not actually what the scriptures tell us that the Most High, or that Christ, our King, looks like. That's not God, for one. Like they tell you that Christ is God, and Christ is definitely not God, for one. He literally said he wasn't God every time they asked him who he was. And they asked him every time he taught his disciples, he literally said that he wasn't God. He literally said, I'm not good, but there's one good, that's God. That's a cut to those who say that Christ is God. Every time he said that he's not him. So, like, yeah, they made this my boy Rob, who you call him, man? They made Patrick Swayze God. Or they made boy Joe Dirt God.
Kid
Joe Dirt is not God. God Shalaki. The dude from Wayne's World, that ain't him. That ain't God, man. But yeah, that ain't Christ for sure. And Christ for sure isn't God, man. But those are the graven images that they gave us, man. Those are the graven images, man, that we took as who the Most High was, man. That's why we don't make those graven images, man. And that's why that's the second commandment that the Most High gave us. Let me get the rest of that. Salakia.
Khan. Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
No likenesses.
or that is beneath, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Man, right there, that's what they talking. They talking about that stone. You get stones from inside the earth that is beneath, man. That's not God. You can't make that. That shouldn't be a graven image, and that should not be any type of replication or image of the Most High, man. And that's why they go over there and kiss that dirty stinking stone over there in Mecca. That's why they go over there and with all these damn statues and stuff of rock that they make of the Buddhas and these different replications, man, that they make of God, man, of these different religions, man. The Most High told you not to do that, man. You're in direct opposition of the Most High when you worship these things and when you do these things, man. And that's basically why he had to. These are some of the first commandments, man, because he knew us as a people, man, we're gonna gravitate towards those things, or we're gonna these things are what our people are gonna get into, man. And the Most High had to tell us, man, we ain't on that. We ain't getting into none of that, man. And the Most High had to let us know that we're not worshiping that and we're not on that. If you do that, you're basically breaking his word. What else? What else you got?
Con. Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord, am a jealous God.
Con.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
You worship them false idols, man. You worship them false, you worship all of that, man. The Most High will visit not only you, he will visit your children. He will visit your grandchildren for the iniquities that you have gotten into, man. And that's something we don't play with, man. The Most High is not playing with that. So this had to be something serious if he said he will visit your children and your grandchildren for you worshiping these false gods. The Most High say he will visit you and your grandchildren for worshiping these images, man. And that's how these that's how these 4-ton devils. That's why these 4-ton devils have us looking at this Kid Rock looking Christ and worshiping him as a god, man, because the ones that created this image, they read these records. These are records, man. They read these records and they know the repercussions of us getting into these type of things, the repercussions of us doing these type of things, man. They know that we would be cursed down to the third generation, down to our grandchildren, and that's why they have us worshiping these things, even getting into the white Jesus that we get into, man, and people worshiping that as God, man, and calling Jesus Christ God, and they coming out with the picture of Kid Rock being God, or even calling that Christ. And then they call that Christ God, man, because they know if we were to worship these graven images, that we would be cursed unto the third and fourth generation. But we're gonna keep on reading because we gotta get back into the spirit of this brotherhood, man. The next, the next 5 commandments will literally tap into the spirit of the brotherhood. But keep on going. Let's get it. I'm gonna let you read until we get into the brotherhood.
Con. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will hold him guiltless that taketh his name. Well, the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
Okay. The first 5 were for the Most High. That's how you love the Most High with all your heart. The next 5 will be for your neighbor, man. How we love our neighbor. Well, we got one more, and then
Come. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
That's how you love the Most High, man. You remember that Sabbath, man. You remember His commandment. What else we got?
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Right.
In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Right.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all them that all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Right. Keeping that Sabbath, keeping it holy.
Come, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Honor thy mother and thy father, that thy days may be long upon the land, which Yahweh thy God giveth thee.
That's another commonality, man. You honor your father and your mother, for your days will be long. That you coming into life, following those law, statutes, and commandments. You coming in life. And now we about to get into the brotherhood, man.
Verse 13.
Verse 13.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill, man. We ain't out here killing our brothers, no matter what the issue is, man. You know, whatever you feel is a suitable reason to get active out here. That's not loving your brother, man. That's not the spirit of brotherhood. That's not the spirit of loving your people, man. That's not the spirit of loving your nation, man. We're supposed to be gathering ourselves together as a nation, man. We're supposed to gather ourselves as a people, man. Right. Gathering ourselves together under a brotherhood, man. The only way we can gather ourselves as a nation, nation undesired, is by living in a brotherhood, man. And you not living like that when you ready to unalive your brother, man. You're not living like that when you have some of the whenever you want to unalive your brother for whatever reason it may be. It could be anything, man. Most people feel that their reason is a good enough reason to unalive someone. Like if your brother stole from you, or if your brother got over on you. Some brothers feel like that is a good enough reason to unalive your brother, man. That's not the spirit of the brotherhood. That's not brotherhood at all, man. And that's not what we're on as a nation, man. We can't become a nation, man, if we are getting offended to an extent or getting offended to a level to where we are ready to kill or ready to unalive our brothers and sisters. Let's keep on. What else you got?
Come. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. Do we even know what adultery is, according to the scriptures? Adultery, according to the scriptures, I got it one. Can you get the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 10? Adultery, according to the scriptures, isn't what actually we've been taught, man. Adultery, according to the scriptures, is a little different. Adultery, according to the scriptures, we can find that in Leviticus, man. It kind of spells it out what exactly adultery is. It's not just not having sex with a woman having sex with a married man, or a man having sex with just any woman outside of marriage, man. Adultery, according to the scriptures, is something very specific. Adultery, according to the scriptures, is spelled out in these scriptures. And if we could find that in the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 10.
Yeah. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife.
Oh, that's basically it. That's I mean, it gets a little bit more descriptive or whatever, but adultery is when a man has sex with another man's wife. That's what adultery is, according to the scriptures, man. According to the scriptures, adultery, well, we can get into the depths of it as well. Well, what else does it say? Sloggy. Yeah, we'll keep on reading.
Come, priest. Book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and adulteress shall surely be put to death. Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And the man that lieth with his father's wife.
Good night. All the above, man. And also that too. I've heard a lot of people say that all sins are the same, man. They carry the same weight. The scriptures beg to differ. Different sins carry different weight. Different sins are different levels, man, that require different consequences. different sins are under different levels that mean different things, man, spiritually and literally, man, in real life or whatever. All sins are not the same, and all sins don't carry the same weight, unfortunately. Some sins, man, are sins that where the consequences come from, you'll be sentenced to death, man, and adultery is one of them, man. So the scripture actually says that if a man has sex with another man's wife, both of them will have to be put to death. Luckily, we're under the liberty and the grace of Christ, and that's why there's no more stoning, and that's why we don't have to sacrifice anymore, because that is the liberty and that's the grace that Christ allowed us through him being the ultimate sacrifice, and we have faith in that or whatever. That's the only, I mean, well, that being that, those are two things that have changed in the law or whatever. Sacrifice and being stoned or whatever. But those two things, some certain sins do carry certain weights. And the weight of adultery, man, that's one of those sins that carry to death. So that is a more serious that's a more serious sin than others. And most people say that all sins carry the same weight, but they actually don't. And that's why we can read in the scriptures that different sins carry different weights, and that's why they have different punishments. Was that all on adultery? He started getting into the mother and father, the son having sex with him with the mother-in-law, man. It got real back then in Israel, man. Brothers was wilding out. Brothers was having relations with their father's wives, man. That's literally why the birthright, Jacob's birthright, which originally went to Reuben, I believe. Reuben was the first child. That's why his birthright had to get changed, because Reuben committed one of those. Luckily, he didn't get stoned. He probably should have been stoned for that, but man, yeah, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, man, that he didn't get stoned, man. But that was one of those sins, man, that was supposed to be to death, or you should have been stoned for that, man. But luckily, Reuben wasn't stoned for that. But that's why the birthright goes to Judah. That's a little tidbit, but that's why the birthright goes to Judah, because it was originally to Reuben. Reuben was the firstborn. He had sex with Jacob's wife, and the Most High had to tell you that's not okay, because them brothers was out there wilding, and brothers was out there doing some of the wildest things. But long story short, that's what adultery is. Let's get into the you can keep on going, Ra, if you could.
Khan. Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal. Don't steal from your brother, man. You don't love your brother if you're stealing out here, man. Right. You don't love your brother if you sneaking. You sneaking some of his stuff out, man, and you think he ain't gonna notice because he got a lot of it. He got a lot of money, so you're gonna sneak a couple 20s out his wallet. You gonna sneak out that road. You gonna sneak a couple of Honduns because he got a lot of it in there. You really not. You don't love your brother, man, if you're doing that, man. Just because you think he has it and he ain't gonna miss it. You don't love your brother because you're stealing. Stealing is wrong, man. What you got, out of one?
It's like, if I may, priest, take a little step further too, because it's not only just pertaining to not stealing from the brother, but don't steal at all. Because we get out here and we steal from someone else, in society that brings about punishment.
Come on.
Brotherhood, not showing love for your brother.
Facts.
You my brother, I care about you, and I'm going to look after you.
Mm-hmm.
You out here getting in trouble. Now you're bringing unnecessary problems my way.
Come on. Heavy.
Now I got to worry about you bringing this negative reputation among us.
Heavy. Big heavy. Right. Big heavy, man. It says when the righteous are in leadership, man, the world will rejoice, man. When the wicked are in leadership, the world will mourn, man. Like, just because the scriptures tell us not to steal from each other. We're definitely not supposed to be breaking these laws to the rest of the world, man. We are righteous people. We're set apart people. We're holy people, man. The scriptures tell us to live set apart. The scriptures tell us to live a righteous life. The scriptures tell us to conduct ourselves in a righteous way. Like, when I first came into the truth, I was thinking that, oh man, my righteousness is literally just subject to my brothers and sisters. Like, if I'm righteous to my brothers and sisters, hey, everybody else free game. Right. That's when I first came into the truth, when I was less mature, when I was less understanding of these scriptures, and I really didn't know the scriptures like that, man. But these scriptures literally tell us that we're supposed to live this way with everybody, man. You can't be an example if you're being an example with other people. You can't be that example with other groups of people if you're out here doing the same stuff they're doing with them. And you're just living righteously with your own people. That's not the example we're supposed to be living. That's not the the set apart way that the Most High would really have us living. Salaki, what you got?
Right, and it's like a very, very heavy point, because we see examples of that in the scripture where when the Most High does give us a commandment of what we can't do, He will specifically outline it and say, "But you can do this to a heathen."
Come on,
You know so it's like you see something, that an animal that's died without you knowing how it died, we can't eat it.
Yeah,
but we can sell it to a heathen and they can do it.
Nourish the heathen, man. Right. They eat that anyway.
Right.
They all right.
Right. So like I said, it Most High has put those stipulations in there. This one is like, thou shalt not steal. It's pure across the board. No other stipulations in it. Versus, like I said, the other ones like, no, don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Even with interest, it's like, hey, usury. With usury, priest. So it's like, when it comes to our brother, we don't charge usury. But if it's someone outside of the nation, we could charge usury.
It's fair game.
Right.
Khan out of one con. That's right. That's right, man. And that's how we continue to live a set apart way. That's how we continue to live in the way that the Most High will have us live, man. That's how we are. That's how we become, and that's how we live like a holy people, man.
Right.
We can't just necessarily we said certain things, man. Not even certain things, man. We can't be out here stealing from other nations or just other people. We can't steal from the world. We can't just murder in the other world. Everything is just, man. Everything will have to be done decently in order. We can't just be out here adulterating even with heathens' wives or whatever. Because that's not the set apart way that the Most High would have us live. That's not the way we're supposed to be living, to be the example to everybody else, man. And we're supposed to be the example, man. We're supposed to.
We doubling up on that one.
Come on, man.
2 sins and 1 with that one.
Come on. But nah, that's right, man. What else you got on there, Rye? I know it's gonna get it's gonna continue pretty deep in there. We'll get a few more.
Come on. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, man. You ain't gonna be out here gossiping and lying on your neighbor. And you certainly not going to, it's not for us to be doing that with the heathens either. It's not, we ain't supposed to be living like that with other nations, man. What type of example will we be? Or what type of holy people, what type of set apart people as a nation would we be if we was bearing false witness on other groups of people? You definitely don't do it with your own people, but how do we look doing that with other people, man?
Right.
You don't be making up stories, man, and embellishing different situations, man, and embellishing stories, man, on groups of other people, man, because we wouldn't be the holy people that the Most High set us apart. We wouldn't be the light that the Most High has created us to be, man, for these other nations, not only for the other nations, but for each other, man.
Right.
When do you cut the switch off? Like, do you know when to cut the switch off? You never would know when to cut the switch off if you were out here living like that with other nations, but trying to live a certain way with your own people. Right. So, yeah, we not bearing false witness. We ain't doing none of that. What else you got, Rye?
Come. Thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's house. Thou
shalt not cover thy neighbor's house, man. Don't lust after your neighbor's belongings. Because when you lust in your heart, man, you're gonna end up leading to another commandment. You're gonna end up leading to stealing from your neighbor if you lust enough. You lust in your heart, man. You lust after a woman, you have already committed adultery. You lusting after her, you're already taking it to the next level. You're already ready to have relations with her. Right. The same with your neighbor's belongings. You lusting after them, you're already ready to get your neighbor's belongings and have it in your own possession as your own. Right. So we ain't doing none of that. Salakia. What else, Rye? Get a few more.
Come. Thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's wife.
It's lusting after. You're not coveting. Not thirsting. Don't be thirsty. Get you some water, man. We ain't being thirsty after everything our brothers and sisters got, You get it together, man. We ain't thirsty, man. It's lucky.
Nor his manservant.
Man. He got the maids over there. Don't be lusting because his maids clean his house, and you got to clean your house by yourself. Because your brother can pay, our brothers and sisters to come over there and clean his crib. Don't be over there coveting and lusting because you got to clean your own, man. It be like that sometimes. You got to get it out the mud, man. We ain't, Don't be thirsty, man. It's like
nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass.
don't lust. Come on. Don't lust after your neighbor's turnstile because you got to push your lawnmower and he got that rider that turned around. Don't be lusting after that, man. It's cool, man. You where you at for a reason, man. You where you at because you got to be patient, man. You got to be, you got to still put in a little bit more work, man. It takes work to get where, it takes work to get certain it takes that work to get certain accomplishments, or it takes that work to get certain luxuries in life, man. You might not you ain't put enough work to get the luxuries that your neighbor has. So that don't mean you need to be lusting after it and be jealous because your neighbor has it. You just need to put in a little bit more work. You got to put a little bit more sweat, a little bit more tears, man. Like it be like that sometimes. Sometimes, man, everybody's road isn't the same, man. Everybody's situation isn't the same. Sometimes you might not have seen the blood, sweat, and tears that your neighbor had to put in to even get what he has. So you don't even understand what it takes to get what your neighbor has, man. But you over there jealous of it because you think you deserve that, man. That's hating your brother, man. You don't love your brother, man. That's not the spirit of loving your brother. You hate your brother because you feel like you deserve what he has already earned. That just means you just gotta get it out the mud a little bit harder. You just gotta work a little bit harder to get what he had because you don't know what it took him to even get what he got, man. We don't know, man. You never know. You never know what goes on behind closed doors or what brothers had to do to get what they had, man. And it's not up to us to be looking at the brothers like we deserve what they had. We deserve what the Most High has allowed us to have, man, and what the Most High has allowed us to get. And all praise, Barak, Most High in Christ that we even have what we have, because we might not even be worthy of what we do have. So you definitely shouldn't be lusting or jealous over what the next man have and thinking that you deserve what he has because he has more. Right. So yeah, we ain't coveting off of that. Salaki.
That's everything, sir. The last sentence is just nor anything that is our neighbor.
Right there, man. That's those are the first foundational, the basic, the fundamental, the basic foundation of the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave us. It gets super layered. It gets we can get into the nuances of the different laws that encompass brotherhood, the different situations that teach us how to have true brotherhood, because sometimes our feelings get involved with a lot of things, or in a lot of the situations that we get into with brothers. We might get into different misunderstandings with brothers, and we might not understand how to move or how to act or how to react to certain situations. And the law that the Most High gives us, he gives us specific ways of how to move, specific rules of how to keep solid brotherhood with our brothers, even when we have misunderstandings, man. That's what the law is all about, man. It's all about a lot of times it's about the and this isn't all of it. This is certain certain parts of the law, certain laws is how we move when we have misunderstandings with our brothers. And that's what gives us the spirit of the law. And that's what gives us the spirit of the brotherhood that we're supposed to have with our brothers, man. We can get into all that, but this is basically just the foundational. This is just the basis of how you're supposed to be a brother to your brothers, how you're supposed to be a sister to your sisters, how you're supposed to move with each other as a nation, man, and how we solve our issues. These are problem-solving skills with our nation, man. These are problem-solving skills when we have small issues, man, and how we can continue as brothers and how we don't have to cut each other off, man. I hear a lot of people brag about how they cut off. You hear people say cut off. That is foolishness, man. That is foolish. That shows your immaturity on how you have on your problem-solving skills. You're immature in solving the problems, man, that you can't even work it out with a brother. You can't even work it out with a sister in solving the problems that you have with them, man. So the law or brotherhood is the spirit, or the law is the spirit of brotherhood. And the spirit of the law teaches us how to have full brotherhood and teaches us how to basically move with each other as a nation and how to keep each other together and to keep ourselves gathered, keep ourselves as one body without even having to cut each other off, man. But we're gonna cut it off at that, man. The water to everybody checking in. Can we see who checked in? You mind if I shout out some of the check-ins? Salaki. Who we got in the building? Salaki.
Of course, we have Trooper Ra.
Big Troop. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, my brother, for
online.
checking in, man. Most High Christ, man, coming through.
We have Sister Madana.
Nah, Salaki. The water sis for checking in. Big the water.
We have Trooper Ahmad Kawan.
There he is. Big twin for the win, man. The water for checking in, my brother.
We have Priest and Officer of 50 Makalat.
Out of one. Big appreciation, man. Thank you for checking in, man. The water for the love.
Priest and Officer of 50 Halakaman.
My brother, my Hebrew Academy graduate, man. 2025, man. The water for checking in.
That's right. We have Sister Azara.
Azara, the water sis for checking in, man. The water for checking in from the big Mississippi, man. I got family out there in Jackson.
We have Priest and Officer of 50 Napash Rod.
On the plantation, man. He out there putting in bricks for Esau and them. The water, man. The water for checking in, man.
We have Trooper Yaquar Gabar.
Yaquar. The water for checking in, big homie. The water for checking in, my brother.
We have Sister Deanna in the building and checking in online.
Deanna checking in. The water sis for checking in the building.
We also have Priest and Officer of 50 Azar Yala.
The water out of one for checking in, man. The water for that brotherhood.
We also have Trooper Katab Yala.
There he is. True.
Still checking in down from Orlando, Florida.
In Florida. Good look, man. Appreciate you for checking in, man. The water.
We have Brother Charles checking in from Jacksonville, Florida.
We got Brother Charles in the building. At the water, man. At the water, y'all for checking in. What's on Christ?
And we have Brother Roland checking in from Grovetown, Georgia.
Grovetown. I don't know exactly where that's at, but appreciate you for checking in from the Grovetown, man. From the Grove.
Oh, found out
Big the water.
Right outside of Augusta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that's east. That's part. Well, kind of east. That's southeast.
I had to check that out as well.
Yeah. That's north. No, yeah, that is south north. Yeah, I'm tripping. That's up there by South Carolina.
It's northeast.
Yeah, northeast.
Right.
Like it. Water for checking in.
We have Sister Tazalaya.
Appreciate you, sis, for checking in. The water, sis. Big the water for checking in.
And last but certainly not least, we have Priest and Officer of 5 Hundan Marzar.
Big out of one. The water for checking in to you as well, man. The water to everybody checking in. Big checkouts. We appreciate y'all checking in, man. In the class, man. Most High Christ, man, for everybody coming in. Hopefully, we see y'all again at a later date. We're gonna end the class out, man. We're gonna pass it over to the mighty priest and prophet of Hadar to close us out, man. The water, everybody checking in. Most High Christ.
Shalom, Israel. These are ISUPK security announcements. With ISUPK start out of 1 West, Hunts on the Fish Street Hall, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They'll be saluted only. They hit the shed themselves other world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must give permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment, come from the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and also the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, which means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashabu. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Also, a amount you'd like to give. Upcoming holy convocations will be the memorial blowing of the trumpets, taking place September 21st. September 21st. Make sure to write that down in your calendars. You understand? We love to see y'all. So it's going to be September 21st again at 7 p.m. Right? Right for all Akim and Akwakim brothers and sisters to check the bulletin board in the back for more details. Anybody that wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That's boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and war scarves. And with that, we'll give his courage salute for the brothers. Then Israel, Amajum, which means to stand. In Israel, I'm on Shabbat. I'm on Barak. Yahweh Shem Yah Shah Barak. Well done, well done. And what we just said in Hebrew, may the Most High bless you in the name of Christ. Hands down. Sar, let's give a crazy salute for the sisters in the building and online. In Israel, Sar, sisters, I Majum. This means to stand. In Israel, I'm on Shabbat. Majum. Barak. Yahweh Shema Alatan by Shem Yah Shah. Excellent. And what we just said in Hebrew, may the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. Hands down. Class dismissed.
I got you.
For so long you've been sighing and crying, begging for justice, and here the Lord is bringing you justice right here to your streets. City eyes.